1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, you back on?
We're watching the fourth horse go in this Nova Zonnestraal two-phase competition. Two clears at this stage of the competition: Equifox Casino and Christella. Anne-Marie Esslinger and Quadix for penalties. You're watching Star Fragrances, Callagher Lexington and Jean Corber. Jean having a really good show, consistently in the money. So Jean in the second phase, the speed phase. And another really good round, clear all the way. And that round good enough to take her into the lead. So 4 horses have gone. It's the Nova Zonnestraal 135 two-phase competition. Guys, I haven't got a running order. If currently watching Tamar Glixman. This is her new import. She goes at number 5. This chestnut arrived in South Africa this year, and it looks like Tamar has found herself something really worthwhile. It's a real talent. Course designer having set a good test here, producing a lot of clear rounds. Kevin Spratley, the designer, and he's got the horses jumping really well. The horses liking everything about this venue: the going, the weather, the temperature. Gareth Neal now brings in at number 6 the Delmont Mining and Civil's entry, Capital Casmigo. This horse is a Holsteiner. It's by the stallion Castigo, Capital Castigo, out of the mare Alzu Omega. She's a daughter of Optimum van der Wellington. Bigger than Gareth's normal horse, a normal choice of ride. A big cantering horse, this. Tall horse. He would be on his way to nearly 17 hands. Acquired 2 or 3 years back at one of the capital auctions. Produced by Simon Henry and now ridden by Gareth. So the horses go through the timing barrier now. They cut a beam and the timing starts. And the bell ringing, Gareth not quite fast enough, so time penalty, and that knocks him out of going to the second phase, the speed phase. So under the normal rules, the horses that are not clear in the first phase, the bell is sounded and those horses don't go forward to the second phase. But Gareth, no doubt, pleased with the clean effort he put in. Time faults are really in the hands of the rider. It's how fast they canter and how tightly they turn. Barry Taylor's in next. This is an imported stallion, Nissan Cody Island, owned by Quinton Janssen. This is a Holsteiner. He is by the stallion Kazaro out of the mare Omaha Beach, and she's a daughter of Ramirado. Barry has a ride in the South African Championship here later today. Cody Island looking really well and fresh. All the Gauteng horses benefiting from an oxygen bonus from the sea air, and Barry goes up a gear. He'd be very competitive. Picking up super forward distances. This is competitive. And a steady hits the last. 10 strides he was on to number 13. Round at this stage, good enough for 5th place. Gail Foxcroft now. Quite remarkable. Gail's bred all of these horses. She began with her stallion Lindenberg and also stood Consuelo for a long time and put a lot of effort and time and thought into breeding, and she's bred herself some absolutely cracker competition horses, this being one of them. This horse is super careful with really good technique. We watched him go forward to that oxer and then tuck up his front legs, make sure he didn't touch it behind. Gail very competitive now. Similar pace to Barry. Falls in there and touches the front rail of that oxer, so on 4 penalties in the speed section. It looked like everyone was going to go clear. She touches the back rail of the last fence, finishing on 8. So that's a trappy ride to number 13. You've seen both Gail and Barry get that not quite right. Jonathan Clark now. Data Sciences, Gerber van den Bishop. By Ogana Zeta, out of the mare Stevie de Flambeau. She's a daughter of Calvados. So very much Belgian pedigree here. And Gerber looking maybe a little tired. She jumped in the team event yesterday and just unfolded onto that back rail. So not a form performance for this horse, and they won't be going through to the second phase of this competition. She starts to jump much more attractively after that wake up. Perfect, thank you so much. Watching now, number 11, Soft Track Systems Malinka. This is Jason Hunter. He's from the Cape area. This is a horse that he did a lot of learning on, this Malinka. Can be very competitive. She has a quick way of going, so against the clock, she's always in the contest. They really have a partnership. He knows her, and she knows him and his method, but precisely. So here's where the track gets interesting. This double, this green double, has caused trouble. And then there's the ride here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's what the course designer is hoping to see. Really good ride, really good performance. Into the lead goes a really form Jason Hunter and Soft Track Systems Malinka. Now it's the chance of 12, Rivendell's Chancellor, Matthew Morrison, in the saddle, the owner Peter Morrison. So this bred at the Rivendell Stud in the Western Cape, in the Stellenbosch area. Matthew's done a super production job. 17-year-old young man at the British International School in Diepsloot, north of Johannesburg. And Chancellor is by Clint Ford, out of the mare Celine Dion, and she's a daughter of Kalido. Is a very deliberate, rhythmical way of riding this horse. It suits the horse well. Makes it easy for the horse to clear the fences. So there's the slightly tight 5 strides here between the Knight Frank vertical and that oxer. And he's going to be competitive. Super ride to the first part in the speed section. The riders turn right back after this water tray. He's keeping a good canter. Nicely done. Good concentration there from Matthew. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just lovely. Wasn't that nice? Nice to watch. Really easy, good round. And that good enough to canter into second spot. Nicholas Riley now. She rides Sunny Park Crispin. Sunny Park Crispin is progeny of a stallion who only got a limited opportunity. He was called Euro Chris. The dam is Clifton Kid, and she's a daughter of thoroughbred. Daughter of the thoroughbred stallion Sharp Romance. Nicola, very competitive. Runs a big competition stables in Benoni, east of Johannesburg. Rides a lot of horses, produces all her own horses. Very hard-working lady. If Crispin goes clear, he's one of the speed dangers. He's very quick and very experienced. Little disunite on the turn. And here she goes. She goes there on 7 strides, touches that water tray vertical, but leaves it up. And 11 strides to that last oxer. Good enough for 4th place. Beauty van der Pannenberg Hoover. Jackie Cochran is the owner rider. This is number 14. So we're looking at now number 14, Beauty van der Pannenberg Hoover. This is owned and ridden by Jackie Cochran. And if you're wondering about the extraordinary length of name, the van der Pannenberg Hoover would indicate the stud that this horse was bred at or bred by in Belgium. We wouldn't think that the Europeans are celebrated for their choice of naming from time to time. This is a hot mare. Jackie rides her in a Swales 3-in-1 with a plastic mouthpiece, with a wrapped chain mouthpiece, and it gives her loads of control. This mare is very keen and ambitious. Jackie spends her time trying to keep her lid on the mare's enthusiasm. Jackie, based in Johannesburg, the Beaulieu area, trains with Rainer and Jean Corber. And it's looking good. Sails down there in a really easy 6. Turn back to this. She keeps cantering. Now it's the left-hand turn to the double. You watch Beauty's face. Beauty just focusing on 10 strides, and that gets her a little bit deep. She'd have been better maybe leaving one out. But a presentable round, and you see Beauty on her bicycle there. So just the 4 penalties at the last. The course designer tempting the riders to run at that and have it down. Anne-Marie Esslinger now. Anne-Marie Esslinger now, and she's on number 15. Contador 44. She owns this in partnership with Hilmar Meyer. Hilmar is a very well-known South African dealer in the Hamburg area in North Germany. Contador 44 is a Holsteiner. He's a Kalido out of T Contina, and she's a daughter of Clearway. Anne-Marie would be noted for her smooth riding. She gives horses a very sweet ride. Runs a big barn, an 80-horse facility with her partner David Wilkin, north of Johannesburg. And she has a ride in the South African Championship, Alzu, Oregon. And with touching that rail, at number 5, she doesn't go through to the speed phase. Looking now at number 16, Cuda Capital Valentine, Tara Lowe, the horse owned by Charmaine Hewitt. Tara was a member of the winning Western Province interprovincial team with this horse yesterday afternoon. And this horse is by Verdi, out of the mare Alzu Broadfield. She's a daughter of Bambix. Tara very on form, jumping 2 clear rounds in the 150 classes to qualify for the South African Show Jumping Championship. And here Tara starts her speed section. Picks up a lovely distance to that first oxer. Now it's the turn back to this vertical. Very good focus there. Good. So it's about these last 2 fences now. That first one, she gets it out the way. 1, 2, 3. And an easy turn, clears the last, and that'll see her into the prize money. Super. Gail Foxcroft. Here she is with her Namibian horse by Consuelo. This is an incredibly busy horse mentally. He can be very naughty. Gail's fallen off him multiple times, but he is stylish and competitive, and he's in at the death of so many classes. It's Equifox Oloroso by Consuelo, out of the mare Onduno Octavia, and she's a daughter of Minotti. This will be a real good one to watch. Should she go clear in the first phase, she's very competitive. She goes wide actually there. That's slightly slower. Didn't get a good distance to that, and maybe Oloroso and Gale not quite on form. That wasn't as competitive a round as we're used to from that pair. concludes that class. We'll be able to tell you about the winners in just a moment. And the lineup of the horses going forward to receive their prize money rosettes for this Nova Zonnestraal Open 135 competition in 2 phases. And it looks like it's a win for Jason Hunter on Soft Rack Systems Malinka. Second going to Brandenburg Chancellor Matthew Morrison. Jean Corber keeping up her consistent form in third. And fourth going to Tara Lowe. Hello. Very happy to see you. And then a belated Nicholas Heim Riley. She's bringing in Sunny Park. She's bringing in Sunny Park Stables, Crispin. Judges for the event, Di Baxter. Congratulations there, Jason Hunter. Really super win with Soft Tracks Systems Malinka. Jason having, I think that's the second class he's won at the show. He'll be taking home some prize money to offset these expensive expenses of show jumping. Chris Nestling and Di Baxter doing the honours. Matthew Morrison in at second. On Rivendell Chancellor. Third to Jean Corber. Style Fragrances. Callagho Lexington. Lexington by Lissabon. Out of the mare Fiorella. She's a daughter of For Joy. Out of the mare Ravella. Been a young horse that's successful all the way up, and he continues his run of success into the 135s and looking like he'll go all the way. Crispin in at fourth. Nicholas Heim Riley. Sunny Park Crispin. And then Tara Lowe. Fifth place there. And she's on Cuda Capital Valentine, the horse owned by Charmaine Hewitt. So the judges leave the arena. The track is being prepared for the next class. And that is the 130 Championship. So Jason Hunter taking it away. Matthew Morrison. So that concludes the 135 two-phase competition sponsored by Nova Zonnestraal.